How do you learn how to do that?
A lot of,
Where do you go?
Do you research?
You go to in Jeremy's private stock market group.
How much do you pay to have to learn?
A lot. Okay. No. But in all seriousness, how I learned initially was watching Warren Buffett YouTube interviews on YouTube. I would go to the computer lab at the community college, and this is back in old school YouTube days. At this point, this is like we're talking 2008, 2009, even 2010 a bit. And I would just like Warren Buffett interview and just watch interview after interview. And throughout watching those interviews, and a lot of it could be wasted time because they talk about what's going on in the market right now. But in a lot of those interviews, he would go into his investment process, and if it's an hour-long interview, you're going to get 10 minutes probably in there that's really, really valuable. And that 10 minutes was worth watching a full hour. And so that's how I learned a lot. I read a few books, but the books didn't really help me. It was those Warren Buffett interviews and then getting in the market. That was the biggest thing.
Warren Buffett's investment strategies are still effective?
I was about to ask that, yeah.
So I think they're not I think his principles are. I think, specifically what he's looking for in stocks in a company, yes. But the unfortunate thing for Warren Buffett is I think he kind of aged out of the market, whereas he doesn't invest in tech stocks. He, chooses not to do that. And it's like so many companies are tech now. I mean, even,
it goes against what you were saying, though, is that they're trading years ahead of where they actually are. And if Warren Buffett's all about value investing today, tech stocks just don't fit that because they're valued higher.
Sometimes you can get tech stocks for a very good value, though. An example is, a company I bought a few years ago named Cirrus Logic. Another company I bought was Skyworks Solutions. Two that have done me amazing tech stocks. They're semiconductors. They make most of the chips that go into your iPhone or a Samsung or whatever, smartphones. And those are tech stocks, but they were trading at really attractive values. They were trading at 4 Ps of, when I bought them, I think 12 to 15 range, which is incredibly low for the stock market. So it's not impossible to find good values in tech. Sometimes, like a Tesla and Amazon, a Shopify is a whole other level. That one trades at a 5,000 Ford P or some insane number. Those ones, I can really fully understand Warren Buffett saying maybe not those ones, but there's a whole other gamut. So, like anything in life, I think you just kind of age out. One day we'll age out of YouTube, I'm sure. And, it's like at that in every industry. You just kind of, you age out. You don't understand the new concepts and new ways of selling. I mean, you came from real estate industry. I'm sure there's older realtors that back in their day, they were moving properties like crazy. And then new things changed, social media came, and all of a sudden it was like, whoa, this person, they don't get how to sell properties in 2020. They're trying to still sell in the 2000 wave. So, yeah.
What would you say are the best principles you learned, if you're willing to disclose?
The best principles I learned, looking at the fundamental business and focusing on that first. Don't worry about stock price. Don't worry about valuation. Don't even worry about the financials at first. Really look into the company. What is this company doing? View it on a very specific wave where you're trying to, what does this microphone company do? How do they make money? Who are their competitors? That's the way you want to view it. That's the most important thing, and making sure you understand you have a circle of competence around that. From there, then you can go into valuations. Then you can go into the financials, the income statements, balance sheets, cash flows, all those sorts of things. You can go into conference calls, but you got to understand the business first. Where a lot of people get into trouble is they'll buy a stock because they heard about this stock and they're like, oh, I got to buy this. And it's like, they may not even understand the business on a fundamental level. It's so key. It is so key. It's the most important thing.